wanted a lot at me, he left Starship City with my sons and daughters and trekked through the mountains to the high dome of the aliens. On the first night we camped beneath the massive stars of the galactic core. We built Alpha and Ate roast vegetables grown on our own land. Night beds bombed from a nearby grove of luminescent trees. After the we lay back and took in the beauty of the view. 50 kilometers away, spanning our paths between two towering peaks, the alien's dome reflected the starlight like a mounted gemaze. We set off at sunrise and took the path that climbed the ravine, soon leaving the forest in our wake. In 3 days we would arrive at the dome, and be received. Harry, I'm excited. Olivier, me too. Paul, a new life awaits us. I miss our old life. Be quiet, thought for one, met the compassionate. On the third day we reached the first pass. This was where my children would look back for the last time and see the plane where they had grown up, and the starship that had given them life. We paused this one and stared down the mountain inside. The silver links of the starship, broken-baked, sprawled across the plane where 30 years ago it had crash-landed. Around it, radiating on roads like spokes, was the city which was my home. Harry, goodbye Starship City. Olivier, goodbye old life. Paul, hello new life. I miss you, Starship City. We turned and climbed, and 5 minutes later I looked over my shoulder. A jutting outcrop of rock hid the city from view. That night, as we sat cross-legged around the campfire, he told my children the landfall story. It should have been an easy landing, he said, but there was a problem with the ship's smart core. A communication glitch between the core and the orbital system. We came down too fast. It was a miracle we landed in one piece or rather in 2 pieces. My children stared at me with wide eyes. Harry, and Watson? Mom and me, we came round from suspension to find the ship burning. We and others put out the fire, assisted the damage, counted the dead. Out of 5,000 colonists, over 2,000 had perished. Also, many of us were injured, badly injured. And the ship's medical chamber was destroyed. Olivier, and the aliens came. Paul, and helped us. And asked for something in return. He was silent for a time, staring up at the pulsing stars of the core. They healed our wounded, nor the sick. Without the aliens. Harry, many colonists would have died. Olivier, the colony would have failed. Paul, we would not be here. But the aliens came to our rescue and demanded. Tithe. The cold glowed. I stared around at the bright faces of my children. They demanded compensation for helping us, and stated the price for allowing us to remain on their planet. We had, after all, come here uninvited. The fog wind played and we slept. We were on the way from the dome. Its crystal beauty dominated the mountain landscape ahead, scintillating in Antares radiolight. The dome's surface was opaque, its interior mysterious hidden from sight. We climbed above the tree line and the temperature dropped. We donned protective clothing, and that evening lit a big fire and sat closer to its dancing flames. Harry, tell us about this again. Olivier, why did humankind leave? Paul, what did you and Mom on Earth? And were you happier or? He leaned forward, towards the warmth of the fire. As was exhausted, he said. Depleted. We had ruined it, taken everything, given back nothing. We had to live in order to grow, to learn, to survive. He smiled at each of my children in turn. Your mother and we were ecologists back on as farmers, just as we are now. And he looked at Emma. And we are happy here, he said. We slowed as we approached the pass, and the alien dome that straddled its span. Only now, a kilometer from its great curving opalescent wall, did we apprehend its 3 dimensions. It must have been 5 kilometers across, and at least 2 high. At ground level, a dozen arched portals gave access to its enigmatic interior. We walked slowly, like pilgrims, towards our destination. We paused before the portal, which reacted to the height of the men above us. At our approach, it surfaced the opacity and we beheld a bare, wide atrium within. seconds later are being emerged, humanoid boot behaluslicen, almost insect-like. It regarded me, and my children, with west-faced eyes. Come, it said, gesturing inside with a sticks in arm. I hugged Harry and Olivia and Paul. Goodbye, he said. They were bright-eyed, eager experienced next stage of their young lives. I hugged Emma to me and she whispered, why, Daddy? What's the one with us? I stared into her eyes and told her the truth. I don't know, honey. I don't know. She smiled at me one last time, turned and joined the others as they followed the aliens through the portal. At its assault they turned and waved, and he lifted a hand in return. The entrance of Kate and my children were lost to sight. Frozen, he turned and made a long trek home. When he came to the first pass he looked down at the city sprawling beneath me, at the 1,000 homesteads and the colonists working the land. Each family with 5 children, each family harboring its own weight of gratitude and sadness. Maria was waiting for me when he returned. Maria WH's team had been unable to bring herself to accompany us. She had remained on the farm, harvesting the crops with the help of our biological daughter. I watched them as they worked side by side, and tears came to my eyes. The following day Maria and I made the journey to the starship and donated our gift of genetic material to the processor. The artificial would to be used the mission plan as had said, all those years ago in case of emergencies. The official told us that in 6 months our children, 2 girls and 2 boys, would come to them, and we could take delivery of them. And 10 years after that we would make the pilgrimage to the alien dome to discharge our obligation. The official asked if we would care to register our children's names. We thought a while, and then spoke. Harry, he said. Olivia, Maria said. Paul. Emma. That night I stood at the door of my daughter's bedroom and stared at her as she slept, and considered what Emma had asked me. And were you happy at her, honor? I closed the door quickly and made my way to bed.